What's up, everybody? We're back. Just came back from Vegas a couple nights ago. Sorry, it's been a long time. Not that I have that many subscribers, but it's been a while since I posted my last video. I've just been studying, practicing for this $5 million free roll. I did pretty good for my first ever live tournament. Definitely gave me the confidence to continue doing this and continue trying to pursue a career in this. Couple highlights, I got to play next to Rampage. I made him fold like 2 or 3 times. I built my stack up to about 47K in the first couple hours. And then I made some pretty costly mistakes, which brought me down to about 4K. And from there, I grinded all the way back to about 27K, a little bit over a starting stack. And from there, I kind of just drew card dead until I got dealt a 2-pair, King 5. I was in the big blind, so I decided to play it. And I lost to a better 2-pair, Ace 7. But, you know, that's poker. That's the way it is. Representing Club WPT Gold, shout out to them. They gave me a little backpack, this jacket, and a Yeti cup that my wife lost at the airport. But once it comes out in January, we're definitely going to start playing on there exclusively. Once they come out with cash tournaments, try to build up a name on there. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. Part 2 of how we won this tournament. We're going to go right back to posting once a week, guys. So let's get right into it. All right, back to part 2. Looks like we left off with 31K 673 in about 3rd place with 25 players left. You know, you can't ever complain about that. We're going to go ahead and fold that first hand, move into our next one, and we instantly get dealt a banger, Ace 10 suited. Now, this has been my issue with tournaments. This was my issue in Vegas. I overplayed cards like these. I called somebody's all in with an Ace 3 suited with 2 spades on the board. Run out did not go my way, man. Luckily, I grinded back and I made, got back up to a starting stack, but still, I got to learn to fold these hands every now and then. You know, sometimes if cards aren't in your favor, the cards aren't in your favor. Like here we get dealt 998. This guy's going to lead out for 3,000. We're definitely just going to fold. Move into our next hand where we get dealt King Jack of Diamonds. Pretty good hand. Nothing to complain about, especially when it starts folding around and it doesn't look like we're going to have to go too bad of a multi-way. Larry the Legend over there is going to fold his hand, and Toaster as well. It looks like we're going 3 ways or heads up. And we're going heads up. We're obviously going to check here. Flop again does not come my way. And he's going to lead out for 3,300. On a monotone board like this, I'm thinking about it. He could be bluffing, but realistically, he's probably not. Let's just go ahead and fold. Move on to our next hand, where we get dealt 8-6 of diamonds in the small blind. Man, let me tell you, that free roll in Vegas was a roller coaster of emotions. It was my first ever live tournament. I don't play too much live poker just because I don't typically have the opportunity to. The closest poker room to me is about an hour and a half going either way, whether it's to Tampa Hard Rock or to Orange City Poker Room. So that's unfortunate. I made a couple mistakes. I acted early twice, which pretty much gave up the strength of my hand. That was pretty embarrassing. I also put in way too much money. I accidentally re-raised somebody instead of making a call, so I learned I need to verbalize my actions if I don't know the amount that I'm putting in. It was a roller coaster of emotions, man. Let me just say it. It was a good learning experience. Very good learning experience. Because for one, not only did I still beat out more than half the field in my first ever tournament, I played with Rampage, which was, to say the least, a pretty good experience. He was a very cool dude. You know, I made him fold a couple times. He even told me I was a pretty good player. There was just a couple things I need to work on, and this tournament definitely helped me realize that. And I guarantee you it's not going to happen again. I'm going to start saving up for my next tournament, and that's pretty much all there is to it. In February, they're doing a little series at the Hard Rock over in Tampa, so I'm I'm gonna save up, try to collect a couple buy-ins. Nothing crazy, just a little $400 tournament. I don't know what the guarantee is yet. I haven't looked at the schedule too much, but I think it's like 100K guarantee. So, or it might be reaching there a little bit. It might be like 20K guarantee. But either way, I need that experience, man. I need to get those cards in my hand. I need to practice. I need to play good poker, good solid poker. I was going so good there for a little bit. I should have reviewed my notes every break just to keep them burned into my brain, because towards the last few hours that I was playing, I wouldn't say last few hours, towards the last like hour or so that I was playing, I kind of veered off strategy. But like I said, man, it was an amazing experience. I got to play poker at the Wynn in a tournament, which is something I didn't think I'd do for a very, very long time. Definitely not this early in my poker career. And that's really it, man. It was just an amazing experience. Definitely a lot to learn from. I was like 150 people away from making the money. But there were a lot of sharks in there, man. Phil Ivey was in that tournament, Rampage, Brad Owen, countless others, Chino Ream. There were a lot of legends in there, man. So it was cool playing in a tournament with them and holding my own for a little bit. My mistakes kind of killed me, you know. But like I said, first ever tournament, it was a very good learning experience. And best believe, for anybody that's watching, anybody that's subscribed to the channel, stay tuned, man. I'm going to be a professional poker player. I guarantee that. I guarantee that with everything that I believe in, that I will be a professional poker player. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep studying. I'm going to keep entering into these tournaments, and I'm going to win a main event one day. And I'm going to make my name known out in the poker community. Anyways, that was a little review on the tournament. So, back to this video for the poker. We're in the in the under the gun position. We get dealt top pair, top kicker, 2 spades on the board. It's just going to fold back to me. We chipped down a little bit, down to 9th place with 18 players left. So, it's not too bad. Made a couple mistakes there. Like I said, played some cards too heavily that I should have. But that's poker, man. I'm learning. I'm trying to get better. And that's all I can do. Just learn from my mistakes. That's all anybody can do. I'm also in the new year, guys. Like I said in the intro, I'm only going to be playing on Club WPT Gold because there's going to be a lot of pros on there. There's probably going to be bigger tournaments, bigger cash tournaments, bigger cash games. There's going to be professionals on that site. So if I can win on there and make a name for myself, we can move up into the poker world, man. We can really move up there. If I make a name for myself on this website, ooh-wee. Don't even play with me. I'm going to go ahead and bet out into this guy, see if he wants any action. I have a gut shot to a straight, see what he wants to do with it. B-ball, you only got 14K left. He's going to fold to me like I thought he would. And moving into the small blind, we have King-Jack offsuit. But like I was saying, man, Club WPT Gold, if you guys want to sign up, I think it's going to be an amazing site. WPT, they really got their shit together over there. Let me say, that was an insane tournament. The chips were high quality. It was a cool atmosphere. The cocktail waitresses were all over the place. Like, I can't wait to go back next year for whatever small tournament is in my budget. But believe that, guys. I'm going to start also trying to get more live games recorded for this, for the channel. I know more people want to watch live games instead of online poker. But like I said, it's a little bit of a mission for me. But I'm going to try to do my best to get out there, guys. Even if it's small, even if it's just home games with the buddies, I'm going to try to get more live content out there for you. Moving into our next hand, we got Ace-6 offsuit. In the cutoff position, we're going to raise it up, and we get 2 callers. come along for the ride. Looks like we got backdoor to a straight. Ace high, though, realistically. And that ruins a straight draw. We got a fold here. And you see, this was my problem. Online poker, this is why I acted early those 2 times, is because, you know, I'm used to pre-clicking, and I messed up, man. I messed up. And it is what it is. I can't go back in time. I can't change it. All I can do is learn from it and not let it happen again. Moving on to our next hand. In the big blind, we got ace 10 of diamonds. Love to see it. Beautiful cards. Let's see what we got here. Looks like West Cowboy and Charm City are both going to fold. Charm City's away. Larry Legend sitting at 37K in his stack. Blinds are at 700, 1400. He's going to call. We don't accept that. We're going to raise it up to 2800. Another big blind. If he wants to gamble, he wants to gamble. And beautiful, we get a gut shot to a straight. Diamond draw. We are sitting in a beautiful spot right now. Love to see it. Love to see it. B-ball, what you got? Another 2 big blind bet coming at you. He's going to call. We're going to turn the nut flush. Doesn't matter what he has. He can't beat us. He just went all in. Thank you, son. And he went all in with a straight. What a jamoke. What a jamoke. Get out of here, brother. We're back up to 3rd place. Moving into small blind with the jacks. And we get the street. No. Steve over here is going to raise us? No, Steve. You don't want any of this action. Come on now. You don't want this action, son. And get dealt 2 pair. Steve could easily have a king. It's a very, very likely possibility that he just turned a king into a 3 of a kind. Pocket 4s beat me. Any king beats me. Pocket aces beat me. Pocket queens beat me. There's a couple things out there that beat me. He's betting $2,000 though into a $9,000 pot. Kind of has me a little suspicious. What could you have in there? I don't think you have a king. It really doesn't make sense. I think you would have maybe bet just a little bit more if you had a king. And then you're going to check the turn, which tells me you most likely don't have a king. I'm going to go ahead and lead out for 4,200. He's going to call. And he actually had pocket jacks as well. Wow. Really wasn't expecting that. Moving on. Next hand on the button, we got ace deuce offsuit. And, oh man, let me tell you, I wish I played that tournament just a little bit differently. Just a little bit. But you can't go back in time. And I'll tell you what though. I'm going to go ahead and West Cowboy laid out for 2 big blinds, 2,800. Best option I think is to just fold. Let's move into our next hand. And the sun run is just real for this tournament. It's been so long since I've done the voiceover for this video. I kind of forgot about the footage. But we were running a little bit crazy in this tournament. Just like in Vegas, the first couple hours I got dealt pocket aces twice, pocket kings, pocket queens one time, pocket jacks. I was getting dealt so many pocket pairs, it was ridiculous. What's even crazier, I was winning with nothing in my hand. I overplayed my pocket aces one time. The second time I had pocket aces is when I was short stacked with 4,000 and I went all in. So that was an easy call for my opponent. And what else? Pocket kings got taken to showdown. I got a good amount from that. The second hand of the tournament, I got an ace high flush, which was pretty crazy. But moving on, we're going to take down that pot. We're sitting in 3rd place with about 14 players left in the tournament. And, I mean, yeah, man, that was crazy. That was a crazy tournament. Wish I could have done a little bit better, but let's move on. On the button, 9-10 of diamonds. Pretty good hand, especially at this point in the tournament where most pots are not multi-way. Most of them are 3 ways or heads up. Ooh, excuse me. Anyways, We are going to completely miss on the flop. It's going to come out ace 3-5, two clubs out there. 2-4 makes a straight, even though I don't think anybody's going to be playing 2-4 this late in the tournament. Seems kind of off. This guy's going to lead out for 3,200. We're obviously not going to make the call. Dwarf? Is that what this is? I don't know. He goes all in. Definitely not calling that. This guy's going to get a call. And he's going to river the flush. Look at that. Look at that. Damn. And just like that, we're down to 12 people. Just like that, we are down to 12 people, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a sweat. Moving in to the next hand in the hijack, we're going to see Jack Queen offsuit. Just going to make the cold call here, limp into the pot. Looking back on it now, really shouldn't be limping at all, only if you really have like aces or kings. But hands like this, you definitely want to raise and get people off. But Cortez is gonna raise it up. We're just gonna make the call. Gonna miss on the flop again. He definitely hit his ace if he has an ace. Maybe he has a pocket pair or something like that. Either way, if he goes big, we're gonna fold and just leave it at that. He's gonna check it back. So now that makes me believe he probably doesn't have an ace. I'm just gonna lead out for 3,200, see what he got. Maybe he folds, maybe he doesn't. It's only 2 big blinds, but he's going to go ahead and fold. He doesn't want the smoke. We're moving in to our next hand. Fourth place with 11 players left. We're going to see pocket eights. And it looks like it's going to fold back around to me. We're obviously going to raise it in the 1,000, 2,000 big blinds. That was another thing about this tournament in Vegas. Those blinds went up like crazy. And there were, out of 2,000 entrances, there was only 1,478 that showed up. So we skipped like 3 levels, which kind of messed me up too towards the end there. There was a big blind ante along with the big blind. So it was basically 2 big blinds, and then you have a small big blind after. Yeah, that thing destroyed stacks. He's leading out for 6,000. We're going to make the call for whatever reason. I don't know why I just did that. Might have been a misclick. Why am I raising? I don't know what I'm doing here. He made the call with pocket aces. Thankfully, I made a straight. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. You see what I'm saying, man? The new Jeff would have never done that. Full tilt Jeff, yeah. But the new Jeff would have never done that. That was ridiculous. Like, what was I doing pushing him all in there? Like, he was raising me. He was obviously going to call with a short stack at that point. Thank God I rivered the straight. Like, that was ridiculous. Oh, my gosh. Just looking at that just pissed me off a little bit. Like, what was I doing? What was I doing? Anyways, at least we pulled it off. We moved into first place, too, with 10 players left. We're almost at the final table. We're sitting here with ace high with a backdoor heart draw. Turn it into top pair with the worst kicker in the world. And the spade flush gets there. It's not looking good. It's not looking like a good hand for us. We're still going to lead out for 4,000. It's only 2 big blinds at this point. It's really not that much. And if anybody has a spade draw, they're going to call. Anybody has an ace, they're going to call. Nobody's going to call. So we're going to take that one down too, baby. Got 92K in our stack. We sitting very pretty right now. I love it. Love it. Moving on to Queen King of Hearts on the button. Could the sun run be any better? Like, realistically, could the sun run be any better? We're going to raise it up to 6,000. Maybe got a little bit trigger happy there. Should have probably kept it a little bit lighter. But anyways, we are going to go ahead and lose to a straight. Got a little bit of a rebate because he didn't have that much money. Moving into our next hand. Need to calm down a little bit, but it's just ridiculous. I have pocket queens now on the final table. 9 players left. Look at these stacks, man. Look at these stacks. There's 2 players right now that are keeping up with me. PK and West Cowboy. And even then, West Cowboy, I got beat by about 20K right now. We're just going to limp into the pot here with pocket queens. Hopefully we can see a raise from somebody. Something that can get, something that can get somebody off the table. Let's see. Some of these short stacks need to go all in. But then again, something that I've learned in the past, ICM. You need to... ICM, you gotta fucking take that into consideration too. A lot of people will fold all the way to try to get a pay jump. You're sitting at 8th place, and 9th place is difference is $20. Shit, you might want to take that. Or live games, you might want to take those things into consideration. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyways, I made a big mistake here. Definitely should have not raised at all. That was pretty stupid. I should have just checked back again, and hopefully he would have got there, maybe with a straight or a flush on the river. But I definitely should have checked that back again and tried to let him take the lead. I was the last to act, so even on the river, like, that bet would have been the same thing, or maybe he would have pushed it all in if he got there and thought I didn't have quads. But anyways, overplayed that hand a little bit too. Looking at this video now, I see where I made my mistake. And like I said, guys, we learn from it. We take all this shit into consideration. We put it into our notes, into our little pad. And then, bam, just like that, we learn from it. And we don't let it happen again. Try not to go on tilt. We never let our emotions take over. That was something that happened to me in the tournament. We got a gut shot to a straight middle pair with a decent kicker. We're going to lead out for 7,000. Larry Legend, if you got the ace and you jam us all in, good hand. Taking a long time. He's taking his extra time. Using his extra time. He's going to go ahead and fold. I love it. I love it. You got nothing on me, son. You got nothing on me, son. We're up to 107K in our stack. Granted, I have gotten pretty lucky in this tournament. I would have been dead. I probably would have been out of this tournament if I didn't get lucky and river that straight on that guy with pocket aces. Whew. That was a dangerous hand, but hey, sometimes you need a little bit of luck on your side as well. There is a not a championship series. I think they're doing like a Valentine's series or something like that in Seminole over at the Hard Rock down in Fort Lauderdale as well in February. So like I said, guys, we're going to save up from there. I'm going to try to get permission to film. Try to get some content for you guys. Moving into the big blinds. We got pocket jacks again. The sun run is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. We are going crazy right now, guys. We're in the big blind too, so we just last to act pre-flop. Hopefully we can see a raise from one of these short stacks. It doesn't look like it's going to happen though. West Cowboy, maybe he'll go throw a little bet in there. Doesn't look like he's going to either. And this might just fold back around to me, unfortunately. Yep, it does, but hey, 4,700 added to the stack. Not terrible. Alright, after taking about a 5K loss, blinds running through us a little bit. Moving into King-Queen offsuit. We're just going to limp in here for 2,000. Once again, I can see where my mistake was made. Shouldn't be limping. I definitely should be raising here and try to take it down pre-flop or maybe just try to get everybody off. Alright, and as you guys can see here, we got an open-ended straight draw. Got 9 or ace. Gives us a straight. Love to see that. Hopefully we can get it on the turn. And just like that, we do get it on the turn. 9 of hearts gives us the nut straight for now. And we have somebody leading out, which is beautiful. We're going to raise him up to 15,000. Raise it up to 15,000. He's going to go all in. This guy might go all in too, but I don't think so. I think he's going to try to save his tournament life. And yeah, we're obviously calling. Yep, and he had a straight too. He also had a heart draw. See, that was one of my big mistakes. Big mistakes. See, he already had the straight. In the live tournament in Vegas, in the free roll, I went ahead and overplayed a flush draw way too much. I called somebody's all in for like 16K. And I only had about 20K left in my stack, and I called it. And oh man, that shit crippled me. That shit crippled me. I know now, from now on, I will never overplay a flush draw ever again. Ever again. If somebody pushes me all in, hey, sometimes it's okay to let go of the cards. Alright, moving into our next hand. We keep getting Queen King offsuit. It's just, the sun run was ridiculous, man. There's no other way to describe it. In the words of Rampage, could I sun run any better? Looks like we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. We have 10-5-4 of clubs on the board. We do have a king of clubs in our hand, which is pretty good. I think we're just going to check this out of position, though. Seems like the best option. Nope. This was pre-studying Jeff, and I should have checked out of position. If he has the flush, he's definitely going to call me. But luckily for me, neither of them have the flush or an ace of clubs in their hand. So they're not going to call. And just like that, under the gun, we get dealt ace king of clubs again. This was the hand that I drastically overplayed in the live tournament. We'll never do that again. Going to raise it up to 2 big blinds, 5,000, nothing serious. Let's just see if we can just, knock some people out real quick. And it looks like we are going to knock out most of the table. Going to go either heads up or 3 ways to a flop. Larry Legend over there with 47K in the stack. We're going to get a call from Rob the Rake. Rob the Rake, let's see what you got here. Let's see right there. Should have checked. I should have let him take the lead there. And in the big blind, again, man, another premium. Ace Jack. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how this keeps happening. But we're going to see a raise by PK96. He was really kind of the only competition I had in this tournament. Or at least in this final table. We're obviously going to call here. And we're going to see 2 spades out there. Queen 8-6. We're going to check. See what he got. He might have pocket queens, pocket 8s. Something like that. Pocket 10s. We're just going to go ahead and fold here. What I should have done out there in Vegas. Alright guys, so that's it for part 2. As you guys can see, we ran crazy. A lot of mistakes after reviewing the video. A lot of mistakes. Definitely shouldn't have pushed that guy all in. I got so lucky that I rivered a straight on him. Super lucky. Beyond lucky. There's no words for it. That's the kind of luck I needed out there in Vegas. Anyways, like I said, in a few weeks, we're going to be playing exclusively on Club WPT Gold. And yeah, come back for part 3 so you guys can see how I won my first ever tournament on Global Poker. Since then, we've been practicing a lot, so I haven't really gotten a lot of footage. Also, my laptop is out of space, so give some time. We're working on it. Come back, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll be back for the next video in a few days. Let's go. Peace.